Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how I improved my style. This was very requested by a lot of you on Instagram, so we're going to talk about it. Not only am I going to share with you like what my high school looked like before social media days, way back in like 2000s, early 2000s, but I'm also going to talk about the transition from high school into college as I started to get more access, not only to like different brands and different stores, but to just internet, like when Tumblr was kind of on the rise, Instagram was just emerging. And then after I graduated in 2013, transitioning again from college into having a job and what it looked like transitioning from college into like my formal workwear and what it looks like now. You guys are going to see some embarrassing photos of me both in high school and in college. I'm going to be sharing all kinds of insights, things that I learned along the way, what really kind of helped me develop the style that I have now so that you can take that away and really improve the style and have the style that you want to. Before we get into it though, make sure you hit that like button and you hit that notification button and you turn on the bell because you want to make sure you do not miss a video, how to improve your style, where to buy pieces, ways to wear those pieces, and so much more. If you're new here, it's your girl Jordan of Lil Miss JB Style. I have been blogging for the past 7 years. My goal is to really help you build a wardrobe that you love and build your self-confidence in order to actually like watch how that helps you build a life you love too. Before we get too deep into the video, I know you're gonna ask, the earrings are from Gypsy by Nature. We love them. They are black owned. This top is a plissé top, which is from Pretty Little Thing, and I actually will cover that in my video on Sunday, so stay tuned. So a little bit about my like history, my background. If you do not know, I was born in Hinsdale, Illinois, and then I was raised in a small town called Wausau, Wisconsin. Like Wausau. Everyone used to always do that joke. Oh my God, please, if you see me, please don't do it. I've heard it, don't do it. So Wausau is a really small town, predominantly white, and I share this because a lot of people kind of overlook the fact that like where you are impacts your style, especially like before social media days. Like there wasn't even AOL IM when I first got to Wausau, Wisconsin. Like internet was not a thing. And our mall, oh God, our mall was literally like a strip. Like it was just one strip. We had Aeropostale, JCPenney, Hollister, American Eagle, a Kohl's, Hot Topic, and that was like it. That was like all I had access to. So I say that because this is what my style looked like. Like back in the day, it was like graphic tees. It was those bootcut jeans, as you guys remember, because in the 90s and early 2000s, like if you were not real thin, you just did not have access to style. And then where you lived also determined what your style was because the internet wasn't big. We just didn't have online shopping like that. So needless to say, like my style was nothing, and I will say I'm like appreciative of the fact that like I didn't have social media because there really wasn't this emphasis to like look put together and look perfect all the time. Like I literally left the house looking whatever. Like if I wasn't in basketball shorts or soccer shorts to go to practice, I was literally in like the bootcut jeans and like a t-shirt. I really didn't even wear dresses or skirts back in the day. So then I went to college, right? And so I went to Purdue University in Indiana, and there was a mall there that had things like Charlotte Russe, that had Wet Seal, like all these brands I had never even heard of. And like that's when I really got this first kind of taste of like, oh my God, like there's more to style than just bootcut jeans and graphic tees. Like I kid you not, like literally my style was under a rock, okay? And my first internship was actually like in Argonne National Labs, which was in Lamont, Illinois, which is like 15 minutes from Bolingbrook, Illinois. And the only reason that this is important is because the Bolingbrook Mall had not only Forever 21, but H&M. So like the summer of like 2010, like I really like, my mind was blown when it came to style. Like to this day, like because if you saw, like as you saw the way I dress, my parents are still like, where did this like obsession with fashion and style come from? Like, and it was literally college when I really just saw like, oh my good God, there are these stores out here, there are these clothes out here, there is more that I could wear like and would make me feel better than just these disgusting bootcut jeans. Like I will be okay if I never wear a pair of bootcut jeans again, or just like graphic tees. Around that time when I was graduating high school, moving into college, like Sex and the City was also really, really big. And like, okay, I know a lot of people love Carrie, but my style icon was Samantha Jones. Like that was the goal. Her suits, like there are a lot of outfits that she wears in the show that you could easily wear now. It's just like perfection. So like as I was going through like high school into college and really kind of playing around and experimenting, like honestly I experimented with everything because not only was there Sex and the City, like Tumblr was on the rise. And if any of you remember Tumblr and the Tumblr girls, we were trying it. And literally I just experimented and tried so many different things. But also it was just, I had one real goal in mind. It was like just to be cute. Like I really wasn't intentional. So I just was like trying and buying and trying and buying and reselling and getting rid of, you know, because I just was worried about looking cute. I really wasn't thinking like long term. So as you guys know, like college can be a little bit crazy. You can literally go from like, I'm going to the club, getting me a man, to like, I am homeless in my leggings and an oversized tee on my way to class. And one of the things I really wanted for myself as I left college and started my big girl job in 2013 was to really look professional, but I really still didn't know what that meant. So we experimented again with like everything. Like as you can see, we've tried prints, we tried patterns, and around this time too, like Instagram was on the rise, blogging was on the rise, and so was minimalism. And so I went from wearing all these colors and patterns and having fun with that to like, ooh, okay, I need to be like timeless, and like these things aren't timeless, and I'm, you know, wasting my money, and I need to be minimal and low key. And so you can see this transition even in my style, like from being like fun and bold and playing with colors and prints and patterns to like toning it down a little more, like scale back, you know, and very low key, because that's just what was pushed to me. And then as you kind of see my style now, it's returned to like a good mix of not just neutrals, but also the colors and the patterns and the prints, and having that understanding. And so I share all that because obviously where you come from is important, and there's a lot of really important things that I took away from my style journey that I want to share with you. The very first thing, and you already are probably really aware of this, is identifying your style icon. So if you're not happy with your style right now, one of the best things you can do is find people whose style that you like. But I will say the other thing in that is making sure that you are also finding people with a style you like who have the same body shape that you have. Because one of the biggest things I still cannot believe I see a lot of people struggle with is like, ooh, I tried on this outfit that she had on and it didn't look the same on me. And then I look at their body shape and then who they were trying to like copy, and it was just kind of like, duh, you know. And I say that not to be like mean, right? Like I say that not to be mean, but like one of the things that is going to determine whether or not things are going to look how you want them to look is, again, you have to have a good model for it to be on. Like, so thankfully there's a lot more accessible to girls who are curvy, who want to experiment with style, than just bootcut jeans. I'm sorry, I still can't get over like bootcut jeans, like maybe an Aeropostale polo, bro. Like there are so many more options, and there are so many people out there who have a plethora of body shapes who are similar. So that's gonna help you kind of set a great base to kind of understand, okay, here's somebody I like, here's somebody with a similar body shape, so I can kind of see where she's shopping, the kinds of sizes she's getting, because not only are they going to give you some ideas of just how things might work for your body, but they're going to introduce you to new brands. And that's my second point. Like thinking back of coming from a small town, like where the epitome of style literally was just wearing like the Aeropostale polo, and like you might wear two polos. Yep, that was a thing. Moment of silence. Like accessibility is king. If you are unhappy with your current style, you probably should start looking at new brands. You should be discovering new brands who align better with the style that you're trying to have. I know part of that is coming from a place of privilege where it's like I can afford to shop at a whole bunch of different stores, and I do have like internet access and all that stuff. I absolutely understand that. It's kind of like, okay, like you're doing the same thing and expecting the same results. Like, well, I keep shopping at like Target, and then like I'm mad that my style is not good. And not to say you cannot have great style with Target. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, like, if you are unhappy with your style, you also should look at what you are buying and where you're buying, because it also baffles me how many people are like, oh, I don't like the clothes in my closet. And I'm like, well, who bought them? You bought them. Like you. So there is some level of accountability here where it's like, okay, who am I looking at? Where am I shopping? And then the other thing is like, am I really being picky about what I'm buying? Because when I look at like all the experimentation that I did, which was necessary, and I'll talk about that because that's the next thing I do actually recommend, I really wasn't paying attention, and I really was just buying whatever because it was cute, right? And it was just like, oh, okay, it's cute. When you start having like a style, like here's the kind of style I'm going for, when you start having intention, when you start having direction, like here's the kind of style I like to go for, you know, here's what I'm trying to look like. Here are brands I know, you know, have kind of the pieces that might fit into my style. You start having some direction versus just like doing whatever and just buying whatever and accepting whatever from these brands. Like, you do not have to, if there's a piece that doesn't fit you how you want it to fit you, send it back. Please send it back. So like, being picky is super important, because the next part of really how you're going to build your style is experimenting. Before we get into the rest of the video, I'm super curious why you feel like you need to improve your style and what you feel like is standing in the way of you improving your style. So make sure that you tell me in the comments below. When it comes to style, you can make anything work. I absolutely firmly believe that, and it's like both powerful and dangerous, like, because you literally can make anything work for you. It's whether or not you're going to go ahead and make that time and effort to do it. And so with that understanding, in order to do that, you have to experiment. So you have to understand what kind of tops you like. Do you like sleeveless versus short sleeve versus long sleeve? Do you like polyester? Do you like cotton? Do you like linen? You have to pay attention to all that things. You have to almost treat it like an exam you're studying for, or a class. Like, you need to be paying attention. You need to start being more intentional, because having good style and improving your style isn't an accident. All these people who become billionaires, people who have successful businesses, who are living this black woman luxury, all of that was intentional. Like, they had plans like 10 years ago of what to invest in, what to do, like how they were gonna do it, which is why they're there now. And style is the very same way. Like, if you want killer style, it has to be intentional. Like, and that's not to say you can't do impulse purchases, but you have to understand, here's what I know I like, here's what I know I don't like. And that's simply just with like the style of pieces. Like, just start there. Like, go through your closet right now and just be like, okay, do I actually like this? Or am I always like covering up my arms because I really don't like my arms? Because if so, then I need to stop buying these tops where I feel like I always have to cover up my arms, right? Buy the right tops. And the same with like pants. Like, you're like, okay, these pants actually like super, super tight. Oh, they're 100% cotton. Quit buying 100% cotton jeans, right? So you have to start experimenting, and you have to start paying attention. And once you get that understanding of here's what I like in terms of individual pieces, you're going to start experimenting with putting things together. And that's where your style guru is going to go ahead and be a lot of help and kind of cut those things in half for you, because it's like, okay, I see that these pieces kind of go together, but here's where there's a caveat, because just because it works for them doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Not because it's going to look bad, but it just might not be your preference, and just might not be something you're comfortable in or you like. Like, I can mix and match colors. Like, I can mix and match colors with the best of them, but I don't like to. So I don't. Like, even though I see other pear-shaped shorties like killing it, wearing these like color outfits, clashing prints, it's not for me. It's not that it doesn't look good, I just don't like it, right? It's just not my personal preference. So as you're like understanding what works and doesn't work for you, as you're understanding how to mix and match pieces in ways that you like, not just because you saw it over there, but you actually like it and you feel amazing in it, that's how you're starting to build your own personal preferences. As you start doing that, you're going to start gaining confidence in yourself, because a lot of what happens and why people's style kind of falters is they keep looking outside. You keep trying to look and see what everyone else is doing, and then you stumble a little bit, right? It's like, and it's natural, like, okay, what's she doing? What are they doing? But then you start buying things that you don't really like, you don't really need, and you start settling for pieces you really aren't going to wear, right? So as you start experimenting and understanding what you like and how you like to pair things together, you're going to improve your style, because it's going to be what you know you like, what you know you look good in, and what's true to you. Like, and that's where it's kind of hard, because it's like, yes, you need to look at some people to figure out where to start. But once you gain your own footing, and the more that you practice it and the more that you do these things, you're going to feel more confident in the decisions that you're making, that you're not going to care. Like, you know, like, that's one of the crazy things I see, like, obviously, like, the younger generation, like, in this chuggy trend. It's like, okay, but I have tried so many things. I am about to be 30, okay? I have tried literally everything you guys have put on your body. I know it works for me. It don't matter what you have to say. And it'll be the same with like all the style gurus like Anna Wintour and whoever, right? Like, we've decided it's out. I don't care, okay? Do you see how I look in this? I don't care if you think it's out. I look amazing. And that's really what happens as you start to be more intentional. And that's why I talk about that so much, because like, that's not to say I do not have impulse purchases, but as you start to understand what you like, how you like to wear things, you're gonna get better at choosing the right pieces. You're gonna know exactly like, ooh, I have a gut feeling. And you can actually trust it this time. You're actually like, yeah, because I know what I like. I know how I'm going to wear things. I know how I am. I know I like when it's hot, I'm never going to wear this. So I'm not going to sit here and play around with these pieces. Like, I know I'm done with like 4-inch heels. So I don't even look. Like, I don't need it. I like to be comfortable. Like, so I say all that to say, like, experimentation is important, but experimenting with a purpose and actually making sure that you're taking things away from it as you do it is really important. And that's not to say you have to go out and buy everything, because obviously that's really, really wasteful and not sustainable. But start with what's in your closet, and then as you're looking at new pieces, do what you can to actually try them on in the store. And if you can and you have to get them shipped, if it really is something you don't like, send it back. Even if you have to pay for shipping, even if you're out a couple bucks for that, it sucks, it does, I get it, but you're better off than it's just sitting and wasting away in your closet, okay? The very, very last thing when it comes to improving your style that I have found is just the details. So it's like, now being in the fashion space for so long, I can predict what's gonna sell out. I can predict what fashion bloggers are gonna buy what. Like, it's like you will gain that understanding and you'll be able to look out for those things. And so the very, very last thing is just understanding like the little details. What I mean by that is like, you know, your accessories or what kind of little flair that you like to have. Like for me, I love gold jewelry, but I don't do really, really chunky jewelry. I like really fun purses or really fun shoes, you know, so it's like those little details are also gonna help be your own little personal thing. Like my jackets, it's either cropped or long, there's no, you know, in between. Like those details of where things start and stop, or like what designs, understanding the details that you like and that you continue to wear, like that's really, really, really important. Like the one really cool thing about blogging that I don't think enough bloggers talk about is really being able to like look back at my style and go, dude, I have repeated that outfit combination like 12 different ways, or oh, I really like always reach for these kind of details or that kind of details, and you can really see it. My last advice as you're going through all of this is to make sure that you document. And that's a great thing about social media is like as you do this, I'm sure you're gonna like document it, but that's really important, is to make sure that you're taking pictures along the way. Here are the things that I like, I am avoiding this, because that will really help you kind of see it all come together and really help you make those decisions and understand like, okay, yeah, I'm noticing I like these kind of like, I love a good front tuck, like that's a detail, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I love stuff with like fringe, or I love stuff with, you know, I love stuff with like tattering and rips and tears. Like those are details, and those are the little things that are gonna make something you. Like for me, it's like, okay, even if I find an outfit that I really, really love, it's never gonna look exactly the same because of those little details. It's like, okay, yeah, she wore the leather jacket and this dress, but like I have this kind of necklace and this kind of purse and these kind of shoes, which make it different than how she's doing it and make it my own. I know that was a lot, and I thank you for watching this far. So just to wrap up, the ways to improve your style: find a style guru that has the same kind of style you have, create a mood board to really get clear on the direction of your style, expand the brands that you're shopping at. If you aren't happy with the stuff you're finding at the places you're shopping at, find new places to shop at. Experiment, but experiment with purpose. So make sure you're paying attention to things that you like to wear, things you don't like to wear, what you always cover up, what you like to show off, how you like to pair things together. All that's going to really help you build your style. And then last but not least, pay attention to the details that you are always drawn to, whether it's distressing, whether it's prints and colors. Pay attention to all that. And last, document. Again, the more you keep track of this stuff, the better it's going to get, and the more intentional you're going to get, and the more you're going to be confident in the choices that you are making. That is it. Thank you so much. Before I go, if you found this helpful, subscribe to my newsletter, because I share all kinds of tips and tricks, how to pick the right pieces, what's new in sales, all kinds of fashion content. So sign up for my newsletter. The link is in my bio. And be sure that you hit that like button and the subscribe button, because you vibed with your girl and you really enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.